Good morning, Rabbi Sai. Lili Nishmasimi Mirosi, Ruspas Mordechai. We have a tremendous amount of emails. Can't get to all of them. I read all of them. First, I want to start with some of the siyumim around the world. Over here, we have an amazing siyum. I think there's 150 people in Muncie, and the famous Tani Palak, who lost his son, his 2-year-old. We had a lot, and we still have people that sponsor Lili Nishmasai. He was the Messiah. Over here we have the siyum in Chicago. My landsman. Rabbi Sai, going back to Good Morning Rabbi Sai, we have Mikotzel Kotze. We have some Hasidic boys doing it, and they know how to do the Kemosh Tzarech. This is the prototype of the Here we go. Lochamol, because it wasn't so loud. You got it on the speaker? Okay. Mikotza lekotza. Now we have not such a chassid. I'm not going to call him a chassid. His is not so stark. Here we go. This is a Kenyan in Kenya.
Good morning, Rabbi Sai. Good morning, Rabbi Sai.
Can't get enough of it. There's a fire. Hold on. Is he here today? I'll show the picture at a different time when he's here. Hello, Reb Eli Shlita. My kids were asking for other forms of Motzi Shabbos entertainment, but I insisted on watching the Daf. Way to go! I know what you're thinking, Noam. These kids are never doing the Daf. You want? I know. No, but look, they're all watching. Thanks for the share, Dov Teichem in Cedarhurst, New York. Givaldic stuff. I'm pro it. You speak to Noam. That's part of my back and forth on the Jeep in the safari. Mechi Branwin, Kvaid Reb Eli, just finished my third Masechta with you, and it's been great. Thanks. Thought you might be entertained by this. My wife, who's so supportive, decided to make me a surprise and order a cake with our picture on it. First problem, I've never taken a picture with you. Simple solution, Photoshop. So juggling 2 babies on her lap, she sat and photoshopped a picture, then made sure it was round and fit the cake perfect. Then we made a family trip to Glaubers to pick it up. Except it was still a surprise, so I thought we were just going to buy some rugelach. When she came out of the store, she was laughing painfully. Turns out, listen to this. The filter on our laptop had decided that mine and your faces weren't appropriate and made sure to censor them. I guess now we joined the cancel culture. We're now proud owners of a cake that displays the achdus of an unnamed Litvak and Chassid. Check it out. This is what the cake looked like. Gival, I love Givaldic stuff. Thanks, Mechi, Bradman. P.S. If anyone needs a template of 2 men on a cake, we have one available. Okay, here goes again. I see a chassid, I don't know what, where, when. I see some guy with a fancy suit and a tie, no face. Okay. This Rabbi Sai is in Toronto. We had another amazing scene in Toronto with over 80 people. The event included a little shisha buffet catered by Bobby's Diner with amazing popper, strong kugel, whatever boards, and of course, great scotch. You could try to pronounce it. I'm from Panovich. I'm not going to try to say charcuterie. As always, it was a true demonstration of MDY Ahavas Yisrael and Ahavas Torah. It was amazing seeing so many new faces who have joined the Daf. The Messiah Rebbe Shmuley Rabinowitz, a Bobby Chassid, 4th grade Rebbe and a real estate agent, shared his personal MDY story about how joining a previous siyum motivated him to start the Daf. He shared how his life has now changed and he started learning more and feels more energized and connected. See pictures and video below. I didn't have a chance to get the videos, and maybe tomorrow. Thank you for everything you do in creating this amazing MDY family experience. Ayer Blau and Mayor Planka, MDY Toronto reps. So here it is. Okay. So here's the schedule for the MDY UK, and I was thinking this morning that it's going to be really gewaldic, especially in London, where so many of the core chevra of MDY, those who started from the beginning. If you want to see who my guys that went on the safari trip, or just the guys that shout out in the middle, you're coming?
Now I am.
The kids, there's a whole bunch of, at least, I don't know, 12, 14, official, if you want to know who official is, Mark Ashkenazi. Donnie, fine. Really? And Shmuel. Okay, it's going to be amazing. What are you guys' names? We have a bunch of guests. What's your name, Tzaddik? Mayor Cohen from? Toronto. So you missed it here, but you're going to be here tonight, Beis Hashem? Maybe he's on vacation. So we had 10 Kohanim, Birkas Kahana, 10 Kohanim today. Who else? What? You're not a Kohen. You're the reverse of many Kohanim. A lot of Kohanim are not Kohanim. They just want to be. You're a real Kohen and you say you're Yisrael. Unbelievable. What's your name, Tzaddik? Abramov? From? Monsey. Also missed. And it's okay. Shalom Aleichem. You're new here? What's your name? Davi? Gavi Kaplan from? Tinek. Learning live. Welcome. Who else? Oh, you missed your picture. Okay, tomorrow. We'll do your picture tomorrow. Came just in time for this year. Okay, if I'm missing anybody else, be Michael, the Siyum. Tonight, the Siyum, we have over 100 people registered for, is there room for more people? I don't even know.
I'll make sure.
Who's that guy hiding? What's your name? Yeah. Shlomo Yosef Katz from? Philadelphia, Philly. You came for the World Series? You think I don't know about this stuff? You came to Davin at the Kaisel. I hear. Idol doesn't know what he's talking. We have a big guest here. Judah's here. Baruch Hashem. Okay. Fine. The Koilo is sponsored Lili Nishmas, Chaya Bas Yosef, the Masechta. Huh? Benny, you ready for the big speech tonight? I'm going to be on the floor crying, right? It's going to be, if it's anything like your emails, I'm going to be crying. The Masechta is sponsored by Ein Zgula Torah Ve'ein Tomchea K'iYakov Vi'al. The month is sponsored by Nishma Zechrya ben Moshe, Jeff Rosner. Second sponsor, zchus my son Yosef Simcha Chaim ben Sarah Chana Refuah Shlaima Amen. Third sponsor, Dr. Avrum Epstein, in memory of my dear departed loved ones included in my recent Yontav yizkors. As we learned, you give tzedakah, you pledge tzedakah, you have to give it immediately. Otherwise, you can be over in Baal Ta'achar. Pesach Kahana. L'ilui nishmas avi mori Reuven Gershon ben Shabtai Tzadik Mem Yud. I don't know if that's a mistake or it's on purpose. Shabtai Tzvi. Do people call themselves Shabtai Tzvi still? I don't know. I'm serious. Rabbi Isai, we were just informed by somebody with Ruach HaKodesh, it's going to rain in London. No, it's not. It's Tuesday, Wednesday, it's going to pour, rain. Givaldik. It's not going to rain, have no fear. If it's going to rain, Achtos, that's what it's going to rain in London. Monderer Serge and Yehudis in honor of my son's David upcoming wedding in Mir Hashem with Dina Fink from Yerushalayim. That gave us a tremendous amount of entertainment during our safari. Mazel Tov, you're here today. He's here. Everybody say Mazel Tov. His son David is getting married tonight. Tomorrow. That's why you better be here tomorrow and the day after. Okay, Rabbi said we're holding Daf Amud Aleph. In the middle of a sug of Yadais, I want to remind the Olam of a famous story. There was a kid, similar to one of my kids, who basically every time he communicated with his father, it was about one thing. It wasn't to say hello and good Shabbos. It was like, Tati, you have some money? One of my kids. I'm not going to say which one. Bekitzer, this guy decided to send a telegram to his father, and as you know, I don't think I ever sent one, but back in the day, when my father used to call his mother in Eretz Yisrael, it was a 30-second conversation back in the day. It was like, hello, Ima, Ken, Hey, good Yom Tov. And my mother's like, no, can I say one? No. Anyway, what? They call collect, and you say, who's calling? Is calling. Have a good Gemet yard. Say what? Okay, old tricks. Fine. But before that, there were telegrams. And every letter costs money. We know the story, but it's Neget our Sugya. So this kid decides he's going to write his father. Dear Tati, please send more money. So he's sitting there writing, then he says, well, Dear Tati, take off the dear. It's posh, it's dear Tati. This is, who am I? I'm sending it to my father, so I don't have to write Tati, take that off. More money, more is not important, take that off. So it's, please send money. But please, you don't need please. Of course it's please, I'm the son, the please. Takes off the please. The kids are send. Of course he's sending. How else is he going to get here? Money. The kids are, money, you don't even need money. Oh, the mechutin is Reb Eli, I'm in Africa, I forgot that you're here. Come in. This is my daughter-in-law's father, Reb Eli Kapelovich, and his son, Choshev and Gaman, in Koil. Where are we putting him? Right over here, right next to me, right next to Reb Eli. Come sit. Wow, yeah. We're gonna make an exception. First, he's a mechutin. We give him a big hug. Shalom aleichem. He's one of the few guys that's taller than me, and stronger than me, and better in basketball than me. Okay, here, come. You go that way. Shkoyach. Woo! Again, I want to tell all the guests, again, we say this, Shalom aleichem. How are you doing, Davi? A lot of guests say, when they come in here, the room is a lot smaller than it looks online, and I'm a lot taller than I look online. So you gotta read it. That, just because you looked at me with together with him doesn't mean I'm that short. He's a different bria. Okay. So we're in the middle of the story. The bottom line is he decided he's just gonna write new, N-U, 2 letters. If father gets the thing, you'll see new, El Chab right away. What else is he sending me a telegram? It means I need money. That be'etzem is the sugya of yados. If I write certain words that you could understand, not understand, how much are you writing? That's a yad. A yad means I'm writing some of the words or one word, and you, from that word, get the picture. At least the son thought his father would get the picture. Do we get the picture? And this applies not only to Nedarim, this applies to Kiddushin, to Gerushin, to different things. If you tell your wife, bye-bye, doesn't mean you're divorcing her. You know, different words. How does it apply to, huh? No, it means you wish that she dies and whatever. It could mean different things. Fine. Says the Gemara. We're holding Daf Hey, Amud Aleph on top. So just to review. So again, we have over here, we're talking, the sugya is about the center one, the blue. Yad she'einu mechiach. It's a hand that's not, a handle that's not 100% certain what he meant. If it's 100%, we know it's literally, it's clearly stated. It's just missing one word. Asr. That's the first Mishnah of Nedarim says it's 100% the Neder Mideirais. If it's not a yad at all, he says one word, new, hareini. We're not talking about that. We're talking about where there's some words, and we're going to go into it, and perhaps you could explain it this way, explain it that way. Maybe most people do understand, don't understand. So let's see. Yesterday we said, we were talking about Shmuel. It says in the Mishnah, Mudranim Mcha explains Shmuel that he adds the words Shaloi Oicha Lecha. Lach Lecha. So a Mudranim Mcha, he takes one sentence and adds another sentence to it. And together we have, in our Mishnah, there's one Asr. It says Asr all the way at the end of all the sentences. So that means that he himself is Asr, the guy talking is Asr to eat from his friend. Because he says, Shaloi oicha lach, I'm not going to eat from you. He doesn't mention, he takes away any other way of understanding it. He's not saying, you can't eat from me. He's saying specifically, I won't eat from you. Because he adds those 3 words. What if he just says 2 words? Mudrani mimcha. So we had that yesterday. And we have something very interesting. That mudra ni, if you just look at the yud, and that's why I like the story a little bit, because you start playing with the words. What does each word mean? So over here, mudra ni mimcha. I am aser mimcha. So mimcha, what does mimcha mean? That we explained last night. Mimcha can't mean you. I'm not benefiting from you. What am I benefiting from you? From your face? From what? It means from your nechasim. I'm not going to benefit from your nechasim. So when he says mudrani, it means my nechasim. So therefore it goes both ways. You are aser on me and I'm aser on you. That's how we can learn mudrani mimcha. This whole masechta is about words and how to speak properly and how you could understand from different diyukim. And yes, it's a little difficult for us to understand. It's a different language. It's Hebrew, Lashon Kodesh. But basically, if we say the word was according to the round, we start with the word mimcha. I am mother mimcha. Mimcha doesn't mean you. It means from your belongings. So therefore, I can flip it and say the yud mudrani. What's I? Who am I? I am only my belongings. So I'm also on your belongings, you're also on my belongings. It's very interesting, because if you add to those two words, if it's just those two words, I'm also to you and you're also to me. But if you add shaloi oichalach, then all of a sudden you're explaining what you meant. You meant it's only one direction. It doesn't go two directions. It's just I am also to you. It's limiting. Thank you. It's limiting the mudrani mucha. That's how the Gemara understood now. So the Gemara says, Tanan, what we learned in the Mishnah, 3 lines down. Hareini olecha cherem. So, let's take a look at this. This is very similar to this. Mudrani, ni is me, my nechasim. Mimcha is you and your nechasim. Take a look at this. Very similar to cherem. Hareini is me, my nechasim. Alecha is you and your nechasim. What should be the halacha over here? Cherem, okay, it's a lashon of iser, so it should be I'm also to you and you're also to me, based on what you just said. But the halacha is not like that. Hareini alecha cherem hamuder aser avamader loy. It's only one way. But according to what you just explained, and you just made the yukim and the yud and the chaf, it goes both ways. Over here you have a yud and a chaf, and it doesn't go both ways. It only goes one way. Says the Gemara, okay, maybe we could be doichak, kigoin the parish vatolai loy. Make it chak. Explain where, it only goes one way because he explained specifically that it doesn't go two ways. He said, what's it called? He limited it. He actually did. You have to explain that there's some limitation there that he added. Now, what about at olai cherem? I'm going the wrong way. Here. At olai cherem. So, again, it's the same exact thing that we had before, just the words are opposite. Olai, the yud, me, not just the yud, the whole word, and olai means I and my nechasim. At, you, is like himcha. It's the same kind of lashon, you. So you means your nechasim. Your nechasim are also on me, and my nechasim are also on you. Hanoider asra aval muder loy. It says over here again. It doesn't go both ways. It's only a one-way street. Kigain the parish v'ano alach loy. Okay, over here as well, we have to explain that he limited it. But if he didn't limit it, he just said these words atolai cherem. It goes both ways. Shnei masurim, both ways. Oh, it continues and says, you know when both of them are also on each other? When you say Hareini Olecha Vatolai. Not just Atolai Cherem, you have to say Hareini Olecha. You have to add 2 words. If you have a total of 5 words and you explain me on you and you on me, then both of you are also. Hadeinu the Shnei Masurim. Hastama, who was Chaverim Mutter. The way it's written here, Atolai, you can't make all your lumdas. So, there's a story with the Brisker Rav. I think it was the Brisker Rav. I hope I'm not mistaken. One of them. I remember when I was a Bach, it was the Brisker Rav. Correct me if I'm wrong. that he wouldn't write his chidushim. He had somebody that was writing his chidushim. So he's sitting there for a very long, maybe the Shkoel remembers. He's sitting there for a very long time with this guy writing, and he's going back and forth and saying this brisket Torah, beautiful stuff, like lamdish stuff. And he's going, and the guy's writing, and he's thinking, and he says more, and he asks a kasha and a teres, and finally, after like a long time, he says, rip it up. It's a mistake. He found a mistake. So the guy writing tells him, what do you mean it's a mistake? But it's beautiful. So I'll write the whole thing, and then at the end I'll say that it's a mistake. We chapped it's a mistake. No. But it's not emes. It's not emes. I don't want you to write something that's not emes. Get rid of it. It's not emes. You see it over here a few times already. See weiter. Go, it's nice pshat, we could say this, maybe that, but at the end of the day, it's not working. We have to start over. New pshat. Okay. Says the Gemara, Alachi itmar. The Reb Yosef, Reb Chanina. What's the word over here? Oh, no. What? Yeah, okay, no, I just couldn't read this word. Elahachi itmar the Reb Yosef, Reb Chanina. Monderer ani lecha shneim asurim. If he says, I'm monderer to you, then both become asur. So very, very interesting. The word lecha goes both directions in this case. If you look in the Ran, almost equal to the line over here, the Ran says, the lecha mashma lecha, koloimar, nechos asurim lecha, okay, I to you, umashma mishelcha. Somehow, in this context, it goes backwards. Mishelcha. Lecha also means not just to you, but from you to me, backwards. Okay. So, Monderer ani lecha, when he says Monderer ani lecha, Shnei Masurim, because the word lecha means both ways. Mudrani himach, hu asur v'chaveroi mutar. So initially we were saying mudrani mimcha over here means both ways. Mudrani means I am asur to you, and mimcha means you for me. Mudrani ani lecha, or Mudrani ani lecha. So Mudrani lecha, Mudrani lecha, who also v'chaver mutar. Fine. So it's only because lecha means both ways. Mudrani lecha, as the Ran says, lecha doesn't go both ways. It's only one way. So memela, it's me from you, but you to me is mutar. As the Gemara of Amasnising Tani Himach, we saw in the Mishnah the word Himach, Mudrani Mimcha Himach, V'Ikim Lamasnis in the Shmuel Bekulon at Sheyomer Shani Torim Lecha Shani Oichel Lecha. Remember here this famous chart. Did you change it? I didn't get to see Yosef. You changed the green. Of course you did. The purple. Okay. So in the just one little job today before you. Mudrani mimcha, and we explain Shani Oichel Lecha. It's one thing, says Shmuel.
Only then is it one direction.
Right. Hold on a second. Yeah, let me just read it. V'Ikim Lamasnis in the Shmuel Bekulon ad sheyomer Shani Toyim Lecha v'Shani Oichel Lecha. Hu da'asur v'chaverei mutar. When is it only one way? When he limits it and he says Shani Oichel Lecha, then it's only him to you. But if he just says one lashon, just the two first words without limiting with the ending of Shani Oichel Lecha, then we said they're both asur. Okay? So we can't say that Mudrani Imach is one way. We said Mudrani Imach is both ways. Mudrani is me to you, and Mimcha is you to me. El meikar the Shmuel achi itmar. So we have to say a different pshat. Time odom shani yoichel lecha. Again, you say, okay, we're knocking everything out. Start again. El meikar the Shmuel achi itmar. Time odom shani yoichel lecha. V'shani toyem lecha. Hu de'ein hu aser ela ba'achila. Okay, this is the chart again. Mudrani lecha. And he explains, shani yoichel lecha. It's me, aser on your stuff. Who dein who also elachila. Now we're going into another nekuda here. What exactly is he trying to answer here? We're talking about a yad she'ein mochiach. We're talking about a lashon that's not 100% certain what he meant. He wasn't very clear. He's trying to save on the letters, and he's doing as little as possible. So over here he specified achila. What if he takes away the word oichel? He takes away achila. Then what does it become? What is mudrani mucha? I'm asking you. If somebody said those words, I ask you, what does it mean? Mufrashani mucha. Miruchukani mucha. I'm distancing myself from you. What does it mean? Okay, very good. It's a lot more than just eating. Ha mudrani mucha aser afilu bahana. Anything, zero, nothing. I can't have anything to do with you. So if I care, what Shmuel was saying is, shani oichelecha is not adding anything, it's limiting. It's saying before, if it was mudrani mucha, it's everything. It includes the hana. No, I can't visit you, I can't do anything. But when I say shani oichelecha, then I'm just limiting and I'm saying no, it's not everything, it's just this. But then Ikr Chasim and a Sefer, that's not exactly what Shmuel was saying. Shmuel was saying that it seems like from Shmuel that you get nothing if you say Midrani Mucha, and if I add Shani Yoichel, then it becomes something, then it does become something. Now it's the opposite. Shani Yoichel is actually taking away. It's not adding. It doesn't matter whatever gears you have, it means the same exact thing here. Then he limits it to eating. He took away all the other isurim, all the hana and everything else, and he limited only to achila. What does it say in some of these gemaras? But no, you have to start from the beginning. What's the whole lashon? Oh, v'imlo yomer shani oichelcha. And if he doesn't say the limitation, then everything is aser. It's the same exact thing. If he limits it to achila, then it's only achila. Or the other gear says, and if I don't limit it to achila, then I have everything. I can't have any hana at all. Ella, okay, let's toss that out. Ella achi itmar. Time the Omar shani oichel lecha v'shani toyem lecha hu da aser. The reason, okay, we're going to go back. When he sticks in, he says mudran lecha, he adds the word shani oichel lecha, shani toyem lecha, then he creates a iser. We don't know what he was meaning exactly. My timer. Maybe maybe the word mudar doesn't mean you're osir mi bahana. Maybe mudar is a lashon of I'm not going to talk to you. One thing, I'm not going to talk to you. But yes, you could eat my food and you could use my car and everything else. Mudar. It's a language of it's language. It's speaking. I'm not going to talk to you. I'm going to separate myself from you. It just means I'm not going to do business with you. It doesn't mean you can't eat my food. I'm going to have a rechuk from you. I'm going to distance myself. What is distance? Physically. I'm going to stay 4 amas away from you. Could you eat my child? Yes. Could you use my car? Yes. But I am going to distance myself. I'm going to be miraching myself from you. Maybe that's what it means. Again, it's a yad she'ein mochiach. I don't know. I can't prove what this individual meant. He said a riddle. I could teach it this way, I could teach it that way. Ambiguous. Very good. Okay. Fine. So the bottom line is, it's a yad that's not mechiach, meaning we don't have evidence what exactly he meant. And according to Shmuel, a yad she'ein mechiach doesn't work. We're going to see why he holds that. There's a brisa that says it does work. Okay. He holds like the man d'Omer that says it doesn't work. We have a machlokes if yadayim she'ein mechicha is havi yadayim eloi. Is it? So you can't ask any questions on Shmuel. There's a mafurish brisa yad she'ein mechiach. Before we were asking a kasha on Shmuel from a brisa because over there it wasn't even a yad. It didn't even start. It's not even shtusim. It didn't even start. But if it's a yad she'ein mechiach, then he could pick and choose and he says, listen, I hold, Shmuel holds, and he explains in the Mishnah that it's yad she'ein mechiach lo havi yadayim.
Yad she'ein mechiach doesn't work all, or it doesn't work even, or it works only on the minimum understanding of what it is?
No, it doesn't work at all. Doesn't work at all. No. Why? Because you have to be specific. You has to be a dibur that's understood. And you explaining it and you saying I meant this and that doesn't help. It has to be something that we understand. I still don't have. He thinks that I'm doing bidaf. I just never put it in. I didn't print it up. I didn't have time yet. So tell me what it is. Meanwhile, no, that's something else. As a zchus, to continue, could you please pull up your thing? Thank you. As a zchus, to continue being able to support Torah and to finish shots with Reb Eli. And Refuah Shlaima for Baruch ben Sarah, Refuah Shlaima Ita Yehudis Bas Mindel, and Latzlachas ben Yamin ben Ita Yehudis. Shkoyach. Okay, so it seems like over here, we're to a point where Shmuel says that if it's not 100% muchach, you can't prove it from his words, it's not a handle, it's not a yad, and therefore it's not a neder. In Shmuel moikim lo masnisin ki Rabbi Yehuda, the Omer yadayim shemechichos lo having yadayim. Shmuel holds like Rabbi Yehuda that a yad that's not mechiach is not a yad. Where do we see it? Very, very simple. This not guvay shall get. What's the main point of a get? The main words. If you had to make a synopsis of a get, the get has 12 lines. What is the most important line in the whole get? So we have machlokes. Chachamim say harei muteres l'chol adam. Harei muteres l'chol adam. Now, Rabbi Yehuda comes along and says not true. Rabbi Yehuda oimer v'dein dihev elichi minoi. First of all, he's saying, listen, the get is coming from me. I, the husband, am giving a get. It's very important because maybe some other guy gave a get. Now, you're going to say, well, it doesn't make any sense. Why would somebody divorce somebody else's wife? Well, you have to be very clear. It can't be a daim mechichos, sheinu mechichos. Rabbi Yehuda holds, it has to be very, very clear from within the get who gave it and what are you trying to do here. Stam, harei ad muteres l'chol adam is vague. Too vague. I'm releasing you. Viger shibukin. I'm abandoning you. In other words, as we're going to see, the Ran explains that there's two things going on here. First of all, I need to know from within the get who gave it. Even though to you and me, it's very obvious. She's married to this guy, so this guy gave it. Okay, but it has to be in there. And also, it needs to be obvious that the get is what's creating the krisos, the cut, and not his words. Maybe he said, Harei ad muteres l'chol adam balpeh, and he just wrote in the get that, that's what he did. It needs to be obvious from the get that he's divorcing her with this document. And who's divorcing her? So that means that Rabbi Yehuda holds, Yadayim she'ein mechichos, lo having yadayim. You can't say, it's obvious and this, and I get the hint. No, there's no hints when it comes to the get. It has to be Berachel bitcha ktana. It has to be very, very clear who's doing it and how it's happening. Now, as the Gemara, but why is Shmuel saying that our Mishnah goes like a single shita and not like Chachamim? The Allah is like Chachamim, not like Reb Yehuda. It's a Yachid who's arguing on a Rabbin. Why would Shmuel pick the Yachid? Looking at Rabbanon, Rabbanon hold that just Harei ad muteres l'chol adam is enough, and you don't need Yudayim mechichos. It doesn't have to be obvious. Because he was forced from our Mishnah, the Lashon in the Mishnah. The Lashon in the Mishnah forced him, and that's why he actually holds like this. The Ran says, I believe. I might have forgotten already what he says. But I'm pretty sure the Ran says that that's why Shmuel picked this side. He saw it's not like he holds Yadayim Shem Chichos, and therefore he forces Pshat into the Mishnah. He came up with this halacha based on our Mishnah. Why? Amai tani shani oichel lecha, shani toyim lecha. Listen, shani oichel, shani toyim. Why did the Mishnah add the next word, the third word, lecha? If he says mudrani mimcha, he already says mimcha. I'm mudar from you, shani oichel. Obviously, whose food am I eating? You. Mudrani mimcha. I'm mudar from you, shani oichel, that I'm going to eat. Why does he have to add on lecha? Because you have to be as clear as possible. And our Mishnah seems to say that Yadayim Shem Yechichos Lo Yavin Yadayim. Who's the man Omar? Reb Yehuda. Therefore, I'm going with that shita. I'm explaining the Mishnah according to the man Omar, says Shmuel. Itmar. Yadayim Shem Yechichos, a handle, a neder that's not 100% obvious. It can go in different directions. It's not clear. Abai Omar having Yadayim, Virava Omar Lo having Yadayim. When we have a machlokes Abai and Rava, who do we passing like? Rava. Except Via'al Kigam. Correcto. Who's that, Doron? Is he even here? Oh, that's you. I have to listen. For the new people, Ari was sitting here the other day, and I said a couple of words to him, but just to explain. Ari knows a bunch of Masechtas Baal Peh, literally Baal Peh, and he has Simonim. So certain Masechtas like Yivamis, I guess he knows Baal Peh also. So he says, I'm not coming for Yivamis. I'm sorry, Ksubis. The last Masechta. Okay, we're doing a Simcha Ksubis. I shouldn't prepare a drush on Yivamis. Okay, thank you for tonight. We're finishing Ksubis. Ksubis, he knows cold. I don't know about Peh. He knows cold. He does a program. He does a lot of chazaras, and he has Simonim in each daf. Nedarim, I guess he is not a part of the program. But I wasn't making fun. I think afterwards I was thinking to myself, I have to explain to the new guys that he really knows these Masechtas Baal Peh.
That's Ari Rosenstein 054.
And if you want to know how to do chazar, speak to Ari Rosenstein. Oh. Itmar, Yadayim Shem Yechichos is Abai Omar having Yadayim, Rava Omar Lo having Yadayim. Rava is like the shita of Shmuel that we just said, Reb Yehuda, that if it's not 100% clear, it's not a neder. Omar Rava. Reb Eli Asberli. Reb Eli explained this to me. Omar Kra. Nazir lahazil Hashem. So check out this pasuk. Isha ki yafli. Lindor neder. Yafli, according to the Targum, is a lashon of being clear. Person is clear to make a neder. Nazir lahazir. So we already had these double lashonos, and we explained. Omar Kra, Nazir lahazil Hashem, makish yodis nazirus linazirus. So now, before we're learning neder from Nazir. Now we're learning within nazirus itself. One word is coming to say a regular nazirus. I become a Nazir. I say I'm not going to drink wine. I'm not going to become tamei. I'm not going to shave my head, etc. But there's also a yad nazirus. He's not being very clear. He's saying that he's a Nazir without being clear. He's vague. Ma nazirus bahafla. Just like nazirus, you have to be clear. So to the yad, you have to be clear. What does it mean? So if a guy walks by, and this is a Mishnah, if a guy walks by you and you say, I want to become a Nazir if he's a Nazir. So then you ask him, Shalom Aleichem Rebbe Yid, are you a Nazir? He says, yeah, I'm a Nazir. It's not a Nazirus. Why? Because when you said, I want to become a Nazir, if he's a Nazir, you didn't know if he was a Nazir. Nazirus has to be ba'afla. It has to be clear. That's your taich. He says baru mufurish. He says mufurish. He's saying mufurish to express. Okay, I thought it's more of a lashon of being clear, being precise. So no, because he was expressing himself. He did say, "I am a Nazir." If he's a Nazir, it doesn't work because he didn't know. So how does the mufurish know? How are you explaining mufurish? Conclusive, explicit, conclusive. What?
It's not going to be like this. You didn't express what it's going to be. It's clear. It's not expressed.
Why is it not expressed? It's exactly whatever that guy is. It's very expressed. To me, it's very expressed. Whatever he is, that's what I want to be. It still doesn't work because it wasn't known. It was unknown at the time. Okay. Just like when you're saying the real thing. You said it beracha b'tchaktana, you said, I want to become a nazir if he's a nazir. It doesn't work. So too, if you're hinting, it also doesn't work. Your hint is no good. It has to be clear. So that's the shita that says that there's no yadayim shem mechichos lo having yadayim by naziros. Leima plug the Reb Yehuda v'Rabbanon k'miflagi. Perhaps it's the machlekes we just mentioned. This na gufa should get harei at mutaris l'chol adam. Chacham say that the main part of the get are these 5 words. Harei at mutaris l'chol adam. You are mutter. You're allowed to marry anybody you want. Reb Yehuda Omer, no, this get came from me, Sefer Terichum, v'get Peturin, v'ger Shibukin. It's a letter of get. It didn't happen about peh. It's within the get. Abaye Domek Rabbanon, v'Rava Domek Reb Yehuda. L'chayra, it seems like Abaye says like Rabbanon that Yadayim Shem Mechichos having Yadayim, and Rava says Yadayim Shem Mechichos lo having them. Like Reb Yehuda, it has to be very, very clear. Abaye, I know Damri Afilu Reb Yehuda. We can make a distinction like everywhere else in Shas. We try to make. That's the line of Gemara to differentiate between 2 things that seem similar. That you need to understand within the get that there's a divorce, that there's a cut, that there's a separation. Krisos. I need to understand it from within the get. That's not a get. If I can't understand from within the get, it's a special halacha by get. But in general, you have enough seichel to understand what's going on here. You know that what he meant is that he's not going to eat food from that guy. Don't be maybe he didn't mean it. No, you know that that's what he meant. He said, you know that that's what he meant. A get is not enough to know that that's what he meant because the Torah says it has to be a sefer krisos. It has to be a letter that within the letter, without any chachmas, without any lumdas, without anything, you understand from within the words that this person is divorcing that woman. And Rava could say, no, I hold in general that Yadayim Shem Mechichos have in Yadayim. Says Rava over here, it's the most obvious thing in the world. Any kid knows that there's a get between the husband and the wife. Who else is divorcing this woman? How could a random person divorce this woman? So why do I have to write that I gave the get? Of course I gave the get. Who else gave it? The 2 points. First of all, that I gave it, and second of all, that the get is what's causing the get, and not just words. They know the Megarish Bekitzer, there's enough community between a get and the rest of the world, and therefore we don't have a raya that whoever holds one shita by a get will hold the same exact thing in the rest of the Torah. Have a wonderful day. Tonight the Simcha Mabet Shemesh.